Hey everyone, so today I'd like to talk to you about why is it important to have a portable car charger in your car. Even though you have a new car, even though you have a new battery, having something like this can definitely save you not only time but money. And personally, it has saved me from having to call a tow truck at least 2 times. Most recently when I had the alternator replaced. Now, the first time was a few years ago. I had just gotten a new Optima red top battery put in the car, and I figured I don't need this, why am I buying this? But I did. Luckily I did, because I had driven someplace and got back in, the car wouldn't start. I pulled this out within a few seconds. Car started up just fine. It turns out that was the starter was the problem, but this helped start the car and it got me home. The other time was a few months ago when the rocker covers were leaking. And they've been leaking. I'll link my other video which I talk about the rocker covers for a year or more, and so I would be topping off the oil, not realizing that excess oil was leaking into the alternator. I actually went to the mechanic to figure out what was going on, because the car had actually stalled a couple times. He did tell me it was the alternator, and I should have it replaced as soon as I can. I couldn't do it that day, but on my way home, the car stalled. Luckily, I was able to pull aside and try to figure out what was going on. I really wasn't sure. So I had this. I jump started the car, got back in, decided to drive away, stalled again, wouldn't move. I did it a second time, again, same thing. The third time I tried, I turned off all the lights. The car has heated seats, I turned those off. I turned off the radio, all the interior lights, everything. And I gave it a go again. The car started up like it was normal. The only thing I kept on, because it was getting dark, were my hazard lights, and I was able to get home. Not only I was able to get home, but I took the car the following week or a few days later to have the alternator replaced. This has saved me, again, at least three times. And it has also helped somebody else, because around the same time I had the Optima battery put in, somebody at a gas station needed a Jumpstart. That guy had one of those delivery type vans, and before I could say yes or no, he pulled out a pair of jumper cables and connected them to his vehicle. And there's no way I was gonna jumpstart a vehicle having a new Optima battery in the car, but luckily I had this with me, and I was able to start his vehicle or his van no problem. He was actually surprised that something this small could start his van. Now this is the Halo Bolt 57720 megawatt hours. I'm not sure why they chose megawatt hours versus milliampere hours, but that's just how the description is labeled. And this is model 123, so that's 123225, and this retails for about $80 to $100. It has a pair of USB ports you can use to charge your phones at the same time. It charges in about 4 or 5 hours. I charge it maybe once every 6 months depending on how I use it. But once you connect it to your car with these ports, it cycles through. It goes through a cycle, and it tells you when it's ready to go. It won't do that right now because it's not connected to an actual battery. Let's just pull that out. And when you want to check the status, there's a battery indicator right here. It's 50% charge. I've been using this lately to power a portable USB light, and it works fine. I really like having the convenience of this, and also just a peace of mind of knowing that you have something like this and you don't need to rely on somebody else to give you a Jumpstart, or even use it to charge your phones. Now, I wouldn't advise keeping this in the car in the summertime, especially being lithium batteries, having this much lithium batteries in your car. I wouldn't take the chance. So I would say just take it with you, especially if you're going on a long trip, something like that. It's probably best to keep it out the car, especially in the summertime. Now, the winter time, I don't see a problem with that, but again, it's probably best to keep it with you, and especially if you're going on a long trip or something like that. But it's just a very convenient thing to have. So yeah, that's just a little heads up on why you should get a portable car charger for your car. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.